Hey, what's up YouTube? This is a We All Juggle Knives channel. I have an interesting item to show you. This is called a tactical ice pick. This one is sold by Shomer-Tec on US Amazon. I will include a link below the video if you want to pick one up or just look at the stats. Alright, but this is also sold by several different brands including ASR. Alright, so I'll include all the options below. The lowest price I have seen on this is $44, and the highest price was about $60. This item is made out of a titanium alloy. Those numbers are the minimum of each element in the alloy. Basically, this is around 90% titanium. As a result, it is very light, only 1.68 ounces. The overall length is 9 1/4 inches. Right, so 9 1/4 inches. And I put a paracord grip on mine. It does not come with that. It does have a lanyard hole. Now, the paracord grip on mine is actually heat shrunk. That's actually heat shrunk on there, so it's not soft like paracord. It's actually very, very rigid, and it just provides an excellent grip. Okay. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do different paracord grips, okay, so you can look those up. But this is basically a specialized piercing item. Because it is titanium, it is very light in weight, okay? It's very light in weight, it's very easy to carry. So is this essentially a production shank? Ultralight and easy to carry. But aside from that, yeah, it's essentially a production shank, okay? It's a self-defense item, and, you know, hopefully you'll never have to use something like this, but if you do need something like this, well, here it is. There's a lot of cheaper ways you could make something like this, but if you don't want to do that, and you want something that's super light, this might be a convenient option for you. You know what this is, right? I ain't doing bushcraft with this. I don't have to cut anything with this, outside, inside. But this is to terminate a bad guy. No question about it. Now, the thing about a specialized piercing item like this, a shank, so to speak, these have a lot of killing power, but they don't always have a lot of stopping power. So self-defense weapons have a different amount of killing power versus stopping power. So if you are an intelligent self-defender and you have something like this, you need to use it with precision. The same way if you had a firearm. There are some targets on the human body that if you put this into them, it will stop the assailant a whole lot faster than other targets. Now, I don't think YouTube wants us to really go into detail about all those targets, but it's pretty much common sense. It's self-evident, and if you're not sure, you can just check an anatomy book. Just check the diagrams in a 10th grade biology book, and you can see where all the arteries and airways and vital organs are. All right, so yeah, that use. But I would just say you need to be precise with this. Now, I have always advocated self-defense, and you would think that that would be a no-brainer, right? If somebody is trying to assault you, they are trying to cripple you, injure you, kidnap you, sexually violate you, or even murder you, isn't it self-evident that of course you should protect yourself? Of course. So why do people even have to advocate self-defense? Well, because our modern society, people are so confused and so disoriented. A lot of times if you bring up self-defense, they don't want to think that anything can happen to them. So they just see you as a villain. They accuse you. You're looking for a fight. You're bloodthirsty. Well, I assure you I'm not looking for a fight because I just turned 50 last month. And if I had been looking for a fight, I would have found it by now, right? I would have found it by this age, right? If I had been looking for a knife fight or a shank fight, I would have found that long ago, right? So no, it's not a conspiracy. I'm not like waiting till I'm 80 and then I'm going to stab someone because not at all. Not at all. When I was younger, I did have to punch a few people on the street, but that's as far as it went. That ended it. And when I was younger, and I I did not have to use a knife. I did not have to exterminate them, right? But, I mean, people end up having to defend themselves every day. If you're one of those people that's confused about self-defense, if you want to argue, don't defend yourself, right? I want decent, intelligent people to defend themselves. The other people, hey, if you don't care if the criminals have their way with you or you just don't think it can happen, cool, then don't defend yourself. Just don't defend yourself. I'm not going to argue. Yeah, let them have their way with you. I don't care. Doesn't hurt me, right? Let them take out you and yours, right? Because you want to live in denial. Doesn't bother me. But anyway, this is a pretty cool item. I collect things like this as well. There are a lot of cheaper alternatives to this. This item right here was made from a rebar stake. I mean, you could make one of these for a fraction of the price of this. Of course, it's steel. It's not as lightweight as this. It's, you know, thicker, heavier. Right, but there are many alternatives. But if you want something ultra light and slim, you know, this is a good thing if you're not accustomed to making shanks, so to speak.